Hey guys, and welcome to today's tutorial on another one of my favorite page styles. Okay, so let's just start with the tutorial for today. And the first step we always need to do for any of those page styles is to cut and score our cardstock as well as our pattern papers. And for the measurements, you can refer to the cutting guides and templates which are available in my Etsy store for different album sizes. And when I cut my cardstock and pattern paper, I always like to label all the elements I have cut. So this is just an example on how to use your cutting guides for cutting and scoring your cardstock and pattern papers. And then after scoring, you can go ahead and do the next step. And then the next step for this page style is to fold up our cardstock elements B. And for this, just turn around your cardstock and then you want to fold it up on the scoring lines, but on the back side, so not the side you scored it. And then I also like my cardstock elements B to be magnetized for this page style, but this is actually optional. So if you don't have any magnets, you could still use this page style. I just prefer those cardstock elements B to stay in place, so that's why I'm using magnets here. So I'm using these very tiny magnets and they're actually not self-adhesive, so I have to use some tape to attach my magnets to the cardstock. And so I just get a piece of tape and I place it on the cardstock and then I attach my magnet to it. And because I'm later on using some photo mats on the cardstock, it doesn't matter to me that there's still like tape around the magnet, but you could also like place the tape on the magnet with the tape backing still attached, and then get your small scissors and just cut around the magnet so that there's no tape around the magnet and it's just the magnet which is adhesive. So you see me doing that here. So I attached the first magnet and then I cut the tape for the second magnet and I just place it onto the first magnet and close up my cardstock so that it will stick to the other side in the correct position. And now we also need to place some tape onto our cardstock elements A, and for this I just use my 3/8 of an inch tape and I place it on the shorter side, just on the bottom and the top side. And after attaching my tape, I use my small scissors to just cut the tape which is hanging from the edges. So you don't want to cut at an angle here like we usually do with other page styles, but just remove the tape excess. And then we can continue by covering our basic page with the pattern paper for the basic page. And for this, I like using wet glue instead of tape because then I'm still able to move around my pattern paper and find the right position so that I'm having an even border around my pattern paper. Now that the basic page is covered with the pattern paper, we can go ahead and also attach our cardstock elements A. But before attaching cardstock elements A onto the basic page, I like to make sure that I will attach them in the correct position. So you see me just laying them down onto my basic page, and I also lay down my cardstock elements B in the position I want them to be in, so that I know exactly where to attach my cardstock elements A. And for attaching, I just remove the tape backing on both sides, and I start with the bottom cardstock element A, and then I just carefully find the correct position and stick it down. And then of course I do exactly the same for the second cardstock element A, so I just remove the tape backing, find the right position, and then I just carefully stick it down to the basic page. And now that our cardstock elements A are attached, we can continue by adding our pattern papers A onto our cardstock elements A as well. So again, I use my red glue here, and then I just stick down the pattern papers onto the cardstock. And then of course we also want to cover our cardstock elements B with pattern paper as well. So get your pattern papers B, use some red glue, and also attach them to your cardstock elements B. So that's already it for today's page style, and as you can see, you only have to place those cardstock elements B onto cardstock elements A, and then you can use this page style to include smaller photos. So for the 8x8 inch mini album, you can include 4 different 3x3 inch photos, and then for the 6x6 inch mini album size, you can include those 2x2 inch photos. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed today's tutorial. And if you did so, I would love to get your feedback in the comment box down below. And of course, it would also mean a lot to me if you could give this video a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So I hope that you are having a great day, and I would love to see you in my next video.